Hey, what's up YouTube? Houston here, and for those of you just finding my YouTube channel, welcome. Please remember to hit that subscribe button and that bell. For those of you that's been following me and supporting me, as always, salute. And for my faithful patrons, double salute. Now, today's video, we're actually going to talk about how to pay off credit card debt in less than 6 months. Now, I'm going to show you a strategy that I've used in the past. Trying to get things off the ground and stuff like that, trying to figure out everything. So I'm going to share with you some of the things that I actually did to help me pay off my debt. And the reason that you want to get rid of your credit card debt, one, so you can sleep better, man, or when you're walking around with a whole lot of credit card debt, you feel very uncomfortable. You know, you don't want to talk to people about money. You don't want to talk to people about investments. You don't want to talk to people about your credit. You just don't feel good, right? So this video is going to actually how to help you set up a game plan to where you're able to deal with your credit card debt and get rid of it. Now, here's the outline of how to get out of credit card debt. First, we're going to talk about how to instantly get a pay raise. Then second, we're going to talk about the best systems to use to get out of credit card debt. Then we're going to talk about how to find free money to help you pay off your credit card debt. Then we're going to talk about how to increase your credit score in 30 to 45 days over 100 points. Okay, and then we're going to talk about the best balance transfer credit cards to help you get out of debt. Then we're going to talk about the easiest loans if you have bad credit to help pay down your credit card debt. All right, that being said, increasing your income. All right, this is one of the fastest ways. If you don't have time to work a second job and stuff like that, and you're committed to your job, then one of the best things for you to do is to give yourself a pay raise. And how you do that, you file a temporary tax exempt. And so by you filing the temporary tax exempt, they won't take any taxes out of your check. And what I tell people to do is do it for at least 4 to 6 months max. Okay, the reason is it's so important that you have this income available to help pay down your credit card debt. So that's your first thing. Second thing is taking all of your credit cards. It's called the debt snowball. Some of you all may have heard of it. Some of you may have tried it. But here's the thing. You take your credit cards from your smallest credit card to your largest credit card, and you make the minimum payments on all your larger credit cards, and you add more money to your smallest credit card till you have it paid off. So as you can see in the example, you have $1,000 credit card, a $3,000 credit card, and an $8,000 credit card. So you continue making the minimum payment on your $3,000 and your $8,000 credit card, but on that $1,000 credit card, you just try to throw as much money as you can to pay down that credit card debt. Now here's the reason why. All right, what's going to happen is that by you paying down that credit card debt, that first credit card the fastest, what ends up happening is going to give your credit score a boost. That's for one. All right, number two is going to influence you or make you feel better knowing that you're starting to take more control. It's a psychological thing that happens to make you feel good knowing that you're able to pay down your credit card debt, and again, so that you're able to sleep at night, so that you're able to at least concentrate more on more important things than always worrying about your credit card debt. All right, so that's the reason. Now I'm gonna tell you guys this. When you pay down your credit card debt, do not close out your credit cards. Many people, they will pay down their credit cards and then they'll close them off. Do not do that. Okay, one of the things that you want to do is once you pay down your credit card debt is get an increase in credit cards. Okay, now not only that, because you actually understand how to manage your credit cards much better, and being able to leverage them to be able to get into other investment opportunities. So you may want to pay down all your credit card debt because you may be trying to become an entrepreneur, or you may be driving for Uber or DoorDash right now, and you're looking to expand, get a brand new car under the business name, or get equipment under the business name, get a couple business credit cards, because you want to transition over from the personal credit cards to the business credit cards, because your business credit cards, if you max those out, then you do not hurt your personal credit, okay? And so for those of you that are looking to become entrepreneurs and trying to understand how to properly set up your business, then click the link in the description and check out three-way funding. Set up a consultation at three-way funding or HoustonMcMiller.net. But this is the second most important thing. Once you get that income increase, do the debt snowball. Now there is another method, but right now I want you to be able to pay down as many credit cards as fast as possible so that you can leverage it to be able to get more capital, but do not close your credit cards, okay? Now, how do you find free money to help you pay down your credit card debt? All right, so you have unclaimed.org, missingmoney.com. You got class action lawsuits. Now, the reason these are the top three is because most of the time people have money that they didn't they sent out a check, you never cashed the check from the banks. Banks may have charged you overdraft fees, or they may have charged you, made an overpayment on a credit card you had closed out a long time ago, and they sent you the check, you never cashed it. So I would definitely tell you to check these places, put your name in. If you move to a new state, go back to your old state, put in your name and information, and see what comes up. All right, so make sure that you're checking these databases. I would tell you check these databases every 6 months, okay? Once you start finding that money, then you can use that money to apply toward paying down your credit card debt. Now, class action lawsuits. Again, you may have bought defective products. You may have bought medications that pharmaceuticals been sued from and everything like that, that you had bought also, and they had a class action lawsuit. You may have had a gym membership that overcharged you fees and stuff that had a class action lawsuit. So even like with PayPal had a class action lawsuit that paid the credit bureaus. So again, this is the places you want to actually help find that money to help pay down your credit card debt. Now, if you have children, you have places like Child Care and Development Fund that can help you in terms of making some household bills. That way your income from your job, you can use that money to pay down your credit card debt. You have low income house energy assistance program that you can sign up for, and that will help you pay your utilities and stuff, and then the money you work making, then you can help pay down your credit card debt. All right, now if you're trying to get a fast boost in your credit score between the next 30 to 45 days, here's the best thing you can do is add more positive accounts to your credit file, right? So here's what I would do if I were in your shoes. I would sign up for companies like Grow Credit and Perch, because if you have a Hulu, Netflix type of account, a subscription account, you may be paying car insurance that's not reporting on your credit file. You may be paying a gym membership. You know, so things like that. Also utilities. You may be paying utilities and it's not being reported on your credit report, but using these companies, they'll report that information. That's going to help boost up your credit score. Now, you have pledge loans and credit builder loans. The reason that I'm talking about these type of loans is because a lot of times people have just revolving credit cards. They may have a lot of secured credit cards, but they don't have a loan. And because you don't actually have a loan on your credit, then that's hurting your credit score by 40 to 50 points. So having an open loan on there definitely will help boost up your credit score. Now you have Experian Boost. Signing up for it gives you points as well. So for those of you that have signed up for Experian Boost, put it in the comments. Let me know how much did it boost up your credit score. You can remove inquiries. Some of you guys may have been shopping for a car and they put a whole lot of inquiries. Those inquiries can be removed. That's going to boost up your credit score. All right. Adding in authorized users. Authorized users do help boost up credit score. In reference to like FICO 9, it may not reflect, but on FICO 8, authorized users may not increase the credit score. But on FICO 9, with utilities, authorized users, utilities, rental payments, those type of things, subscription, those type of things help increase the credit score on FICO 9. All right. Then you have the extra debit credit card app as well as financial. Now, if you use your debit card a lot, then these two companies here, they will take your debit card transactions and report that on your credit file. Now, what happens here is they'll report with extra debit card, they'll report to Equifax and Experian. All right. Then you have Boom Pay and Rental Karma. With Boom Pay and Rental Karma, again, Boom Pay stated that they report up to 24 months. All right. Now, by them reporting up to 24 months, or Rental Karma also Perch, they report at least up to 6 months. Now, the reason that you want this information reporting, because you may be trying to get yourself together to get a qualify for a mortgage. Now, and you may not have the best credit, but by you showing that you have good on-time rental payments, that would help you qualify to get a mortgage through a FHA lender. Okay, because they calculate that in now. So that's the reason you want to make sure your rental payment is on there. And it also, by you boosting up your credit score, again, those high interest rate credit cards, we're going to talk about what you can do to get rid of them. Now, one of the things that you can do to get rid of those high interest rate credit cards is to do a balance transfer. So with using a balance transfer, you have the Wells Fargo Reflect credit card. No annual fee. It's no interest for up to 21 months. Almost 2 years, you're not paying any interest on that credit card. So you do a balance transfer. Now all you're doing is just making a payment toward the money you borrow instead of added interest. Okay. Now they pull Experian FICO 9. The average credit score is a 700. So that's the reason, again, you want to add some of those accounts to help boost up the credit score so you can get the balance transfer credit cards. Again, it'll help you get rid of that credit card debt much faster. Then you have the CITI Diamond Preferred credit card. No annual fees, 21 months. They pull Experian FICO 8. The average credit score is a 700. Now, again, I always tell you guys, it's about the relationship. Building that relationship is so important. So being able, if you may have a relationship with Citibank, having a savings account, a personal account, a business bank account. So that way, if you have a 700 credit score, now not only are you able to get a balance transfer credit card, but you're able to get a business credit card as well. And then you can take the business credit card, and especially if you have a household business or just have a business, transferring some of that balance. Because what ends up happening, a lot of people, they would start their business, but when they start their business, they maxing out their personal credit cards, which is hurting their credit score, right? So what you want to do is transfer that balance that was for the business over to an actual business credit card. Now your personal credit score goes up. Your personal credit card, you can get an increase on it. So now you have all the business transactions over on the business side, and then all the personal transactions on the personal side. Again, guys, if you need help with setting up your business properly, or you need more understanding of how to actually build your business credit, then click in the comments below, click in the link below the description, and schedule a consultation with three-way funding, okay? Now, you also have U.S. Bank Platinum Visa Card. They offer 20 months, no annual fees. They pull TransUnion FICO 8, not FICO 9, but FICO 8, okay? And I like U.S. Bank because on the business side, once you get a business credit card with them and you're using it and paying it off, they do automatic increases, right, without ever pulling your personal credit again. So it's very important that you guys understand how this stuff works so that you be able to get more capital. And like I said, for most entrepreneurs, when they start out in business, they use all of their personal credit cards all the time, and it messes up their credit score and stuff. What I'm trying to teach you is set up the company, get the credit score back up, pay down the credit card debt, and now transfer everything over to the business that actually belongs to the business. Now, here's a credit card if you have fair credit. Okay, if you have at least a 630 credit score, KeyPoint Credit Union Visa credit card. They do a pre-qualify. I'm going to do a bigger review on them because this is interesting. I think people need to know, because most people think that I only can get a balance transfer if I have perfect or excellent credit, great credit or excellent credit, and that's not true. There are credit cards out there for balance transfers even if you have fair credit, right? So, and that's the thing that puzzles me. I would think that if you have bad credit, you would have more credit cards out there to help you transfer the balance to pay the debt down so that you can get your credit back in position. But it's unfortunately it's not. But at least if you have fair credit, this is a credit card that you may want to consider. Okay, and again, it won't do a hard inquiry. You can do a pre-qualify, no annual fees, balance transfer up to 16 months. If, I don't know if they pull TransUnion or Experian. So forgive me on that one, but the average credit score for their card is a 630. Okay. Now, let's talk about personal loans. Okay. In terms of helping you get rid of the credit card debt, one of the other options is if you have bad credit, you may want to consider just a personal loan to actually pay down the credit card debt to boost up your credit score, and then be able to transition over to the business credit card. So if that's an option for you and that's an option you keeping in mind, then you want to think about, okay, what credit bureaus, because most of the loans I'm going to be telling you about, they do a soft pull on the credit. So they don't do a hard pull on the credit. So that means no inquiry on your personal credit. But they're going to pull from like Clarity, which reports to Experian, DataX, which reports to Equifax, Trust Factor, which reports to TransUnion, CoreLogic, LexisNexis. So those are the 5 credit bureaus that they may pull. Now, talk about debt to income ratio. A lot of these lenders, they may go 55, 65% debt to income ratio. However, I do have a lender that actually does up to 75% debt to income ratio. So let's look at those lenders. One, you have CASHUSA. So they're not focused on the credit score. However, they're focused on how long you've been at your residency, how long you've been at your job, what's your income, what's your debt to income ratio. But you can borrow from $500 up to $10,000. You do have to have a bank checking account. And not only, this is the interesting thing about them, not only do they set you up with a lender from a state licensed lender, but tribal lenders as well. And tribal lenders are like your casinos and stuff like that, that loan money out. Now, you have credit loan. Credit loan, again, does not focus on the credit. No need of income verification. Their loans go from $250 up to $40,000. Bank account, they state that they have a 90% approval chance, right? They're not available in New York or Connecticut. Now, if you have bad credit, which is a 580 or below, their situation is you can only borrow up to $5,000. But hey, $5,000 definitely can help you pay off some credit card debt, right? Or at least pay the credit card debt at least under 30% to help boost up the credit score so you can get a better interest rate on a credit card, right? Now you have bad credit loans. Bad credit loans is a lender network. All right, you can borrow up to 10,000. The lowest credit score for them is a 500. But if you don't know your credit score, you can always tell them you're not sure of your credit score. Now, here's the lender that I was telling you about, Universal Credit. Their minimum credit score is a 560. Average credit score is a 638. Now, that doesn't mean you have to have a 638, but that's the average. Now, the minimum income is none, but the average is 60,000. So that can be you and your spouse, or you may have a good income, but you're also renting out a room in your house that's helping increase the income. So you don't necessarily have to be making 60,000, right? Their loan amounts go from 1,000 up to 50,000. The minimum number of accounts on it is you have to have at least 2 accounts. And again, that's where it goes back to making sure that you add those other things to start reporting on your credit file. Now the DTI is 75%. And I think they pull Experian FICO 9 as well, okay? Now here's a credit union, First Tech. First Tech, their loans go from 500 up to 50,000. They report to all 3 credit bureaus. No origination fees, no prepayment penalty. It costs between $8 to $15 to join through the American Consumer Council. Also, like I said, with a 580 credit score. And the good thing about credit unions, they more focus on internal scoring. And so I explained that if you want to actually see the video where I talk about Navy Federal internal scoring, to where you're able to get a credit card or loan with a 530 credit score, but because of your internal scoring. So if you want to see that video, put a comment below. Now, for those of you, again, that just found my YouTube channel, welcome. Please remember to subscribe and comment. For those of you that need help understanding more about restoring your personal credit, or building your company, or building up your business credit, click the link below and schedule a one-on-one consultation with 3-way funding. Thank you.